somebody go about applying for a long stay visa? What's the process?
Yeah, so quite simply, that again, this is just to simplify to a maximum, right? There's going to be 3 criteria that you need to have to apply for these visas, which is, and in layman's terms, it's like really simplify it to what the French government want to make sure that you have, which is somewhere safe to live in the form of a 12-month rental contract, which is an official rental contract, not just somebody saying you can stay at my house, or a proof of deeds, a proof of purchase of a property, health coverage. And again, this is more Fabien's area, and he can probably go into detail what can be accepted or not. And I think with everything here, as you mentioned in your disclaimer, it is to the discretion of the person that's actually going through it. So the point of having a legal firm in which we work with in terms of these kind of applications is to make sure that before your file goes in front of the relevant body, everything's been checked. But still, there's always a human element, and whoever's checking and whatever law and change can happen, and depending on which country and how tough the issues are in the consulate at that stage. But in that context, health insurance. So there's several policies that are available. Fabien, being a broker, will be able to provide with all of the kind of options that he knows can work. And in terms of course, somebody retiring, then if they're from the UK, there's some allowances. But I mean, in general, you need this healthcare, this private medical healthcare, which just means that if something happens to you, the French government know that you've got your own back covered, essentially, right? And travel insurance doesn't count, unfortunately, guys. And in terms of the third element, well, it's so 1,330 euros times 12. And you know, lots of people are stressed about this element and contact us and say, how can I don't work anymore, I'm retired, I've got stocks and I've got passive income, etc. Well, I mean, please don't stress overly about this point. The main thing is that you can show in an account, ideally if it's in your name as the current account, that amount times 12, that works. You know, so you don't need to go overboard with, you know, proof of income, etc. Although the more you have, the more you can prove. Of course, the safer the request is, if you like. So we always advise people to have a little bit more than the minimum in their accounts. And when it's, for instance, families applying for, I had the case this morning where I've got a family buying a house and they've got a multiple situation, and some of them are going to be working in the future and some of them are not. But in that context, if there's an allowance with the family that you can transfer money into each of their accounts to have that minimum amount, that works fine. So those are the main criteria, making sure you're safe, got somewhere to live, that you've got sufficient healthcare, which Fabien, of course, can help you with, and make sure that those policies are subject to what we know are applicable. And of course, in terms of income, that you either have proof of a saving of that amount or an income source in the form of a pay slip and something along those lines, right?
Great. And yeah, I think that'd be quite reassuring to people as well, particularly regarding the sufficient funds. I get a lot of questions about that.